All right, here we got a Ford 2008 Ford Edge. It's not running right, and I pull out some codes, and we had number 6 misfire detected right here. Right at the top it says injector circuit, but as you can see right here, misfire start up 1,000 RPM, something like that. So we're not gonna go to the injector because the injectors are expensive. We're gonna go to something simple. We're gonna go to the spark plugs. Now we go here down here, intelligent dynos. So let me see. We hit that. We hit this. We get tons of information right here. The things that we can do, how to do it, and all that stuff. So we're not gonna do that because this thing has 170,000 miles. The spark plug never been changed, I don't think. We're gonna take a look anyway. This is the scope to test the injectors and everything. We're not gonna do that for now. We're just gonna go right to the spark plugs and take a look at them and see what we got. Remember, these are generic codes. These codes, it could be a lot of things. It could be the coil, it could be the injector too. It could be just a spark plug, it could be a bad wire. A lot of things, but don't go in things like replace the injector right away, because sometimes it's not, and you gotta careful with that, when replacing parts. So let's take a look in the front, see what we got. All right, and then I pull all the 3 spark plugs out because the rears are paining in the neck to get it out, because you have to take the intake manifold out. So there it goes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the one that's misfiring. So when I took them out, as you can see right there, this is a brand new spark plug, brand new one. You can see the gap right there. It's big difference. Look at the other one, big. The gap is pretty big. Look at this one, they're all big one, super big. Now you can go to AutoZone and buy one of these things, or you can use the other type of gauges, but this will give you that good information. Maybe it's not as accurate as the other one, but it will help you out a lot. So let's see what we got. As you can see here, this one goes, that brand new one goes to 0.60, 0.60. So as you can see it right there. Okay, so let's take a look at the old one. So as you can see here, this one, the old one goes to 90. Let me see. It goes to 90. So it's a lot of different. There we go. We're gonna see, and this one came out from the cylinder number 6. So as you can see here, it's 93. See, almost 94. So they are worn out. There is no arguing with that. So we're gonna replace them, and you'll see. And we're gonna see if the misfire goes away. If it's still going misfire, then we're gonna go to the injector. But I don't think it's gonna be the injector. I doubt it. It's not gonna be the injector. It's gonna be the spark plugs. They're worn out, 170,000 miles. A lot of people forget to replace these things. And these are not even iridium. They're platinum. Yeah, they're not gonna last like the iridium. Even iridium, they go bad at 100,000 miles. Some manufacturers said that replace it on 100,000 miles, but some people, they don't do it. They just forget about it. See, brand new one. So we're gonna do this, and let's see what we got. Now to replace this thing right here, the rear spark plug is, it's a little bit of work. So remember, there's one hose right in there, right here where my fingers are, right here. One hose. You gotta disconnect that hose right here, right in there. This one, and there's one more right here. So you gotta disconnect that. But when you lose this up, it comes out, you'll be able to get it. And remember, there's one more bolt right here. This is 8 mils. 8. Oh, they're all 8 mils. So it's 2 here, 1 on the metal, 1 here, and 2 more right here. Plus the throttle body, you have to disconnect. As you can see here, you pull this red tab out. Pull it out and then press right on this black clip right here. Press down and it will pop right out. Same thing with the master flow sensor. same thing. Pull it out, press on this, it will come right out. So let's see what we got. Now I took all the bunch of hoses here. This one goes on the intake hose, and now we're gonna remove some of this on the throttle. So as you can see here, you only press on this green piece right here. You press in, and that pops out just like that. And now we're gonna take the bolt right here is on the bottom of the throttle. You do not have to remove the throttle from the intake, because if you do remove it, get a new gasket, because sometimes it's just they're gonna leak, get air inside, and you're gonna get check engine light too, because car is running lean, rich, and blah blah blah. It's gonna be a pain in the ass too. So make sure you get a new gasket if you remove it. If you don't remove it, then just leave it the way it is. Just take the bottom bolt, and then it will come right with the bracket. And then we're gonna remove this right here, this bolt right here, and the whole piece should come out. See what we got. And one thing that I forgot, as you can see here, I put all these three, the number 2, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. I got them on because I do not want any dirt or something goes inside. So I put a brand new spark plugs in here, and I plugged them in, tightened them up just a little tight, and the wires. So make sure you check the wires too. The wires are now, if you see green, that means if water got in or something like that. And check if it did not cut right here on the wire. Make sure you check the wires, because that will keep you misfiring too. A bunch of things you got to check for that. So let's keep going. So as you can see here, I removed these hose, the green one that I said you got to press that green inside, and you got to. Hola, ¿cómo está? So here we go. So again, on these throttle bodies, because these are 40, be a Japanese well-made car, will have cooling radiator hoses right here. You know, that goes to the radiator, cooling, and all that crap to keep this cool down. But that's a good thing with Ford, that they made these things as cheap as they can, so they don't even put a cooling system on it. So there we go. Now you have to remove this piece right here. You squeeze this out, just down it, and wiggle it, and it will come right out. And then we'll take this whole thing out. But remember that hose right there is still attached to the thing, so we're gonna have to take that hose out. And as you can see, that red connector right there is connected right at the bottom here. So make sure you get that out, and not before you start pulling it out, so you don't break the wires. So here is the intake. We're going to replace that gasket too. It don't look too bad, but we're going to put a new one just in case. We're not going to take chances. And that is the wire harness that I was talking about. And there we got all the other spark plugs. Let's take them out. Let's see how they look like. See this hose right here? It's easy to take it out. It's easy, you can pop it out like this, or just take the clamp off. Either one is going to work. The PCV, this is a PCV valve. All right, here are the green old ones, brown new one. The color doesn't matter. So now we put everything back on. That's nice and clean. Put everything back on and see what will happen. So as you can see, I got everything back together. Make sure all the wires are tight. Everything is on. Now I'm gonna go inside, raise the code, start it up, and see what happened. Okay, so as you can see now, I got all the code. Now I'm gonna erase them. Still have one PCM. I'll take a look real quick. Okay, so the code we had is this, which is not a code, but it's like, check all the system is not complete. So that means because I cleared the memory of the code, and it has to go to the, we have to drive it a little bit so you can pass emission test or whatever. So that's nothing. What about it? Even if I hit erase, erasing the code. Give it a second. Okay, still coming back because we got to drive it. All right, so that's cool. That's not something to worry about it. All right, so we see PCM has one code that it's just the system has to go. This is only on Ford. If it's Japanese or other cars, they don't do that, but Ford they do. You have to go to the driving cycle, something like that. Okay, let's start it up. See what happens. Yep, it was weird because all the cleaner, I put a lot of cleaner in it, clean the intake and everything. So it has a little bit of the cleaner inside. So now we're gonna let it warm up. So we're scanning the thing again. We're running the scanner one more time. You saw the codes here, DMS and RCM. They were popping codes for the stupid thing. They're the battery, low voltage, all that stuff. So let's go to live data. So the other codes are like something, somebody worked on it or disconnect the battery, or the battery voltage is too low. So you see, I erase them. They don't come back. If I'm gonna drive them, I'm gonna drive the car. If they don't come back, that means they're just like ghost codes. When the battery goes, down a little bit, like 11, 10 volts, you get that type of codes. But we'll see. Let's take a look at live data. All right, so here we go. This is the live data, and as you can see here, injector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What it says right there, no fault. See, all the way. Yesterday when I got the car here, it says yes, fault. So it's fixed. Well, now I'm gonna drive it, see what happened. But I don't think the code is gonna come back because those spark plugs, they were bad. I mean, they're 170,000 miles. Maybe iridium would last that long, but those plano or copper, I don't know what they are. Probably, I don't know, maybe copper. They're not gonna last that long. But so it's fixed. So far it's good. So here we go. So we go to all this data, and this is color coder. So if we see red, we see some red right here. We're going up and up. It's a ton of information here. Red, nope. There you go. Oxygen sensor, rich, lean. It's got to go rich and lean. So good. Okay, so let's go here. Let's get going. Injectors, no problem. Let's take a look. Mass airflow sensor, 5.5, 5.4. It might be dirty. We might need to clean it a little bit, but we're gonna do that another time. So here are the bank 1 and bank 2, the oxygen sensors, going lean, rich, lean, rich. So that's working good. It's responding. So here we go. There is no misfires at all. Nothing. So here we go. Spark. Here's the spark from the cylinder. See, they're kind of jump all over the place a little bit, but 1, 2, they're pretty close. They're pretty close, so they're okay. We keep going. This is all the transmission thing, but we're gonna look at it just to see if we can find something. It's red. It's nothing. Everything looks pretty good. Long-term filtering bank 1, long-term filtering bank 2, 4 to 5 pretty damn close. The car is just still not to the still cold. The engine is still cold, so we gotta wait until that warms up to take a look at the short-term fuel trim and the long-term fuel trim. So far we don't see any problems. So again, simple fix. Well, it's not that simple because you got to take the intake manifold off, get the gaskets and everything. Remember, you got to put a new gaskets in it. You do not need to remove the throttle body. There's no need for that. I saw a guy removing it on the video, but you don't need to do that. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this video helps somebody. I'm sure it will. because I see sometimes I look for the information online, and it helped me out, and it's good to help people out so we don't get ripped off. Thanks a lot.